Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunday once again. Yes, we're back on Sunday night. Everybody have a good holiday and a weekend off? Make sure you guys can all hear me. Good, good, good. Snow, I cannot believe there's still snow. You guys need to, I was sweating yesterday. We were in the 80s. We're in the 80s. And it's very, very hard to realize that there's parts of the country that are still under snow. It's yard sale season. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to rub it in. Truly, I'm not. But I just couldn't do the snow thing. You guys all move to Vegas. Come on. Come on over to Vegas. There's tons of stuff here for all of us. It's really fun here too. Nice and warm. So welcome everybody, those that are new to the show. We do this every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and this may be our last week on Spreecast. We'll see. I'm going to have a little discussion with the Spreecast folks, and if we can't work out some of these issues that have been happening, we may be going over to another venue. I am also going to be going to the NAB convention that's here in town, and NAB is the National Association of Broadcasters, and it is a trade show that has every gadget and software and anything you can imagine for live broadcasting. So I'm going to be checking out some new mobile equipment to do some fun little on-location videos, and as well as looking for something else for the show. So let's cross fingers that I find something really, really good that is glitch-free. What do you think the chances are? I don't know. I'm kind of looking over at live stream, but you know what? Everything is going to have its downfalls, so we just got to find the best possible, and I'm looking into that. So you can always find the shows after the show right here on Spreecast, or usually by Monday, Tuesday at the latest, I have the video rendered and up and running over on YouTube. So we record every show, so you can find it over on my YouTube channel. And I also post fun little tips of the week and other videos that have things that are something you need to know about if you're an eBay seller. And we put those over on my YouTube channel, which April has put right there on the screen, youtube.com/user/the Danni app. We're also uploaded to iTunes, where you don't get to see everything, but if you just want to listen to the show and get your information that way, we do that also. Try to help you find me no matter where I am. Yeah. We have a very, very lively chat, and forgive me guys if I miss a question that you post over in the chat. It's because it's very hard for me to sit and read the chat while we're doing the show and kind of keep flowing. So April tries to pick out those questions you guys ask, in the moment, but I do apologize ahead of time if I miss something. You can always ask me questions over on the Facebook group, which April will put the link to the Facebook group up there. We have a very, very active Facebook group. There we go. It's facebook.com/group/the Danni app. Basically, if you put in Google and you put the Danni app, you're going to find every place I am. I have a website with cool articles that go up every day, and a newsletter that goes out every Friday, and just all kinds of stuff, I want you guys to be madly successful in your eBay businesses. And out of the thousands and thousands of sellers out there, so many sellers don't know all the little intricacies of being a successful seller. And so that's what I try to help bring you guys, is ways to be above all the other sellers out there, which is becoming more important with Cassini search coming into play, and just more competition. Competition's getting fierce, let's face it. More people are finding out about, you can make a living doing this, and as people lose their jobs and all that stuff, selling online seems to be the way to go. So we have to stay ahead of the game and be better than the average bear out there. So that's what we do with the Danni app. We try to get you better than the average seller out there. So hope that's working. We do have some really special sponsors for the show, and we'll intersperse those throughout the show. Our first one is Bubble Fast. You guys know I am a crazy fan of bubblefast.com. Mark and Robin Levine, who own Bubble Fast, are sellers just like us. They sell on eBay, but they also have their website. And if you go to their website and order something and put in the code Danni, D-A-N-N-I, you get an additional discount, as well as getting those bubble bucks stored up, which are also an additional discount on future purchases. And I got together with Mark from Bubble Fast, and we put together something called the Danni Pack, and April's got the link right there on the screen. And what that is an assortment of those awesome white poly envelopes. So you don't have to buy 25 of one kind and then figure out it wasn't quite the right size that you needed. This is a pack that gives you an assortment of different sizes that I personally use. And when you go over to that page, it's going to tell you what best fits into those. They're really good money savers for your first class and sometimes your priority shipments, where you don't really need a box, because a box adds between a half a pound to a pound of weight. And if you don't need to put that item in a box, put it in those poly envelopes. It'll save you a ton of shipping money. Ton. Yay! So Molly ordered them, got them in 3 days. I'm telling you, Mark and Robin are really into customer service. They ship quickly, they'll process your order and get it to you, and if there's any problems, you just let them know. They stand behind their business 100%. I can't say enough good things about them. Oh yay, some of you have got the Danni Pack. Exciting. Yay. All right, so our theme today is time is money. And those of you who are appsters know that I preach this one constantly. It took me a long time to really realize what that meant, because I thought a sale is a sale is a sale. How many of you just love to make a sale? You know, it just feels good when that ka-ching goes off, even if you're selling a $10 item. Yeah, I know. But what I want you guys to really keep in mind is you are putting time into that item that you're selling. I don't care what it is. So if you, when everything is said and done, are not making a healthy profit, then you really are not making money. Because, all right, let me give you a for example. So if I list something for $10, I have to do a little research for pricing to get to that $10, or maybe not. Let's even take that out. Let's say you don't do any research. You had to go buy the item, you have to take the picture, you have to write up the listing, and you have to ship the item. Those are givens. Those are things you can't get out of. You're spending time on that item. So what's the average, would you guys say, of how much time you spend per item? It doesn't matter what it costs. Let's take research out of it. Let's say you're not doing any research. Just you guys give me an average of what it takes to list an item. So I've got a 15 minutes in there, okay, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, so we've got 15 to 30 minutes per item. So if you only get, say, a $2 or $3 profit on that item, you're telling yourself that you're only worth what? Okay, you know, you guys know I don't do math. Say it takes 30 minutes, so if you sold 2 of those items in an hour, let's say you had $3 profit, that's $6. That's $6 an hour. How many of you want to work for minimum wage? Let's see a show of hands. Who's worth minimum wage? Anybody? Is anybody? Any of you worth minimum wage? Yeah, so you guys, we have to make sure that we are getting paid what we're worth. And that is through making much healthier profit margins, and even if you have a low-priced item, say you're only getting a $3 profit margin, but you have 10 or 20 of them, that's okay too. As long as you're only doing that work one time, that listing, the sourcing, the listing, and the writing it up. Now, of course, you'd have to ship multiple of those items, but really, if you can cut down any one of those processes and make it worth your while, or hundreds of them, as Charlene does. Yes, 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 yes. So many of you know I posted this on Facebook that I had a yard sale yesterday. And I did this in conjunction with some of my friends that live here in Vegas who are also appsters. And I was going around and scolding them for some of the prices they were taking on stuff. Even at their yard sale, they were not valuing their time, and they know who they are. And I'm not picking on them. I'm not picking on them. It's because I care about them. And because when somebody comes up and they are like in a buying frenzy and then they're asking you a price, there is no reason to tell them $1 on a $10 item. Definitely don't be uncomfortable getting what you are worth for the time that you put into what you're doing. Actually, Wendy says don't go picking at Danny's yard sales. Not true, not true, because I also know that because I do have online sellers, and I am like right when I'm doing this, the wholesale market, I do have to price things at wholesale so that other people can make money still. So no, absolutely, there was still great deals to be had. I'm talking more about the selling things for a dime and a quarter and even $1 sometimes when they're worth, way more than that. And I always figure into that, if somebody can get, $20, $30 for that item on eBay, there's no reason not to charge $5 at my yard sale, because a savvy seller will know that that is still a good deal. Or it'll make them go buy more stuff to get a better deal and negotiate with me. But yeah, you got to value your time. Got to value your time, guys. I know, and it was a hard thing for me to come to. So I'm not saying it's like just a quick switch, but you guys, we're entrepreneurs. I heard something the other day. It was so true, and I bet you guys can relate to this. Entrepreneurs are the only people who will quit a 40-hour-a-week job to work 60 hours a week. Is that true? Is that so true? It is, exactly. So be sure, you guys, when you are pricing your items, don't cheat yourselves. Do not cheat yourselves. Not everybody is an online seller and buying at wholesale prices, and that's what we have to remember. We are not our customer. We are not our customer. There is a whole world out there that pays retail. And retail, you guys know, is way higher than what we buy this stuff. So you make your money in the buying, right? But you can also make your money in the selling. So don't, just because you got some killer's crazy deal on something, doesn't mean you have to sell it uber cheap. Okay? Just keep that in mind. You can't afford to be your own customer. Yeah, me neither. Hey, you know what? And I love that you said that, Wendy. Make it so you can't afford to buy your own stuff. There's the challenge. Exactly. Love it. And you don't want you for a customer. Me neither. I'm telling you guys, look back over all of your problem customers. How many of them were $20 and less items? Just think about that. Or somebody that came in with a really, really low offer and you took it. Those are your problem customers. Those are the ones you do not want to sell to those. You want the people that open up their wallets and spend money like crazy. Okay? That's what you want. You want people with the money to spend the money. And they're out there. They are out there. Now, I preach a lot about selling higher priced items. And one thing that'll happen, as you shift your ASP, which is your average selling price, as you bump that up, you're going to sell less things. I know. It hurts to think of that, but you have to realize that every sale you get is going to be 2 or 3 of those things that you were selling before for lower prices. So you have to do less work. You have more time for listing, more time for sourcing, and every ka-ching on your phone is a good one, which is what we want. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I'll get off my soapbox now, guys. So let's hear about some scores. You guys ready? Nobody wants to hear scores? Or is my chat just frozen? Yay! Scores! Scores of the week. And I'm on top of things this week. I actually pulled them all up to look at them myself. All right, so score of the week comes from a thread that we do over on the Facebook group that most of you guys all know about, where every Sunday I post score of the week thread, and there are some really, really awesome scores. Now, we don't cover them all in the show, so you gotta come over to the Danni app Facebook group to find the rest of those scores. But we pick out some to talk about on the show to show you guys that the buyers are still out there and you can still sell some great stuff for some great prices. And I picked out this first one because this is a really good example of, while these were lower priced items, and this came from Jody. Jody, are you with us tonight? I think I saw you in here, Jody. She bought 250 of these Lions Club pins, and she got them for $10 at a garage sale. Last summer, she had them all listed about $9.99 each and had been selling them well. But this week, and I love this, she had one buyer come along, and he wanted all the remaining ones, which she had about 116 of them left. And he bought them all. She gave him a really good deal. She sold them for $250 plus express mail international shipping. Express mail. So this makes an ecstatically happy customer. He just got what he thinks is the deal of the century, because she had these at like $10 a piece, right? But she's long made her money. If she's only got 116 left and she's been selling them for $10 a piece, she has long made her money on these and now just got another $250, cleaned it all up, sold them all, they're out of there. And April's got the link there that shows you all the ones that she sold. Now, granted, she had to do an individual listing for each one of these, but as she was going through, she could just do sell similar, change a little bit, sell similar, change a little bit. And that is a time saver right there. Huge time saver. Huge, huge, huge. All right. And she said hearing 116 ka-chings was an amazing feeling. Yeah. How long did it take the phone to get through all those ka-chings, Jody? Yeah, that was awesome. Awesome. That's the way to do it, girl. That's the way to do it. So if you find a lot of the same item and it's going to make money, pick it up. And this is a perfect example, because I know you guys kind of get caught on me saying the higher priced items, but I want you to know that I'm all about the sell similar if you have to do minimal work to switch up and change up, and then $10 items, A-okay. Because those are so easy to ship too, even at one at a time. It's like a little bubble wrap and an envelope. Boom, out the door. Gone. Yeah, awesome. I love that. Okay, David. You know, there's a lot of everyday items, and this is something that I'm seeing more and more as us millennials, as we're called, go into the collecting phase. Things from the 70s, 80s, 90s even are becoming more and more collectible, because that is the childhood of the people who are now the shoppers. Crazy. I don't want to think about it, but it's true. So David sold this 1970s box of Tide. He got this at an estate sale for, are you ready for this? $1. $1 for a box of Tide. And David, I want to commend you for like even looking at this, because I can't say that I would have. How many of you would have looked at this box of Tide? Would anybody have noticed that? Anybody? No. Okay, so a couple of you might have, but wow, such an ordinary thing for those of us who kind of grew up in that era, not even thinking of this as a collectible item. So keep your eyes open, because estate sales are going to really not have this stuff priced very high. You know, to them it's going to be an ordinary item. So he sold it for $26.69 plus shipping on auction. Way to go. I love it. I love it. Yeah, good point, Jody, that a lot of TV shows are searching for props on eBay, so keep that in mind. So Mad Men buyers are out there in crazy force. Crazy force. And Mad Men is that mid-century era stuff. And ordinary household objects. Keep that in mind. They're looking for things to set up an ordinary household look. So not necessarily like those big decorative items, but kitchenware and, you know, Pyrex and utensils and dishes and things that would have been used during that era. Yeah. So here's another one. Sherry is my Disney queen out there, and she usually is on to the Disney stuff like crazy, but this is a 4-pack of Coca-Cola bottles. She had this in the 90s before she ever heard of eBay. She bought it for $3, and you can pull that up and see what she sold that for. This was the 25th anniversary Coke bottle, 1996 version. Holy moly. Holy moly. She sold that for $100. $100 for Coke bottles. From the 90s, guys. From the 90s. This almost depresses me. 90s is now vintage. Oh my gosh. Life goes too fast. All right. Good job, Sherry. Good job. Yeah, and watch Sherry's scores, you guys, because she comes up with some doozies week after week after week. She is one to watch. All right, this is our biggest profit margin of the week. Lois, she bought this painting for a couple of dollars. And she says she researched it, couldn't find anything by the same artist, so she made up a price, that's fine, as long as you make up a high price, you guys. I love it. Just a little aside here. When I can't find something, I'm actually happy. You know, I hear a lot of people frustrated, oh, I couldn't find anything on this item. No. That makes me very, very happy. You know what that means? That means I have the market. I can set whatever price I want and see what happens. Love that. So she priced this at $350, and she ended up taking a best offer of $200 this week. And you guys can pull that up, and I'm pulling it up over here on my screen as we speak. This was not a framed print either, or a painting, by the way. This was unframed. And this is a really good example of eye appeal. Eye appeal, interesting, especially when it comes to art, you guys, especially when it comes to art. It doesn't matter sometimes how great the artist is if the image is not really desirable. An example of that is there was an actual original Picasso at the auction house a few weeks ago, but it was a very, very, shall I say, disturbing image. Uh-oh. Can you guys still hear me? because I just got a crash report. Oh, let me see. Where are we going here? Ah. All right, Spreecast, you are going to make this decision for me, aren't you? Oh, goodness. Okay. Where am I? I think I came back on. Can you guys hear me? Anybody hear me? Okay, well, I can't see. Can you guys see me? Okay, hold on. Let me refresh my screen. I promise I'll be right back. Holy smokes. Crossing fingers. Boy, do I think Spreecast just made up my mind. I can't get my camera back on, guys. You can hear me, but you can't see me. Ah! Wow. Okay, so I guess Spreecast just wanted to push me right over the edge of my decision, didn't they? Did I pay the power bill? Yikes. Okay. Well. No, yeah, it's definitely time to leave Spreecast, I'm afraid. And I've got all this crazy cool stuff to show you guys. Let's get through the scores, and then we can figure out what we're going to do. How's that? Since I think you can, think you got Cat on air right now. I don't see anything. I just have a black screen. This is nuts. Okay, let me finish up with the scores, guys. Then we can figure out what to do. Oh, no Cat now. Everybody's got the black screen? Everybody's got a black screen. Wow, how crazy is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm afraid that it would be a complete reboot of my computer. Oh wait, something is happening. Oh look, there's Cat. I see Cat now. Well, maybe if I just talk about the scores, I'll come up. Oh, Spreecast, what are you doing? Okay, let's talk about the scores. Let's keep going. Let's push through it. So we were talking about the painting. We're talking about eye appeal. So especially when it comes to art, you guys, you know, it almost doesn't matter who the artist is. It matters what it looks like. And here's my rule of thumb when I buy art, because I love art. I am kind of fanatical about art. I can't tell you how many pieces of art I have stocked up needing to get listed. I buy something that I would not mind putting on my own wall. That way, if it doesn't sell, I've got an investment. It just sits on my wall until it sells. But I love art. And art is all over the place. So there is what's called a listed artist and unlisted artist. Listed artists, and I think I've talked about this before, are artists that have sold at one of the major auction houses, such as Sotheby's, Christie's, and there's a couple others that qualify for the listed artist status. And that's all that means. Is that if the artist is listed, they've sold before, there's something to go on. So unlisted artists, we know there's thousands of them. And it doesn't mean they're without value based on quality and the eye appeal of the piece. I have several pieces that they're not a listed artist, or they weren't when I bought the piece, but over time, if they did their marketing right, and that's what it all boils down to, is they have to get into the right gallery and the right showing and get into the public eye and be loved, then they become a listed artist. So you can buy some art really, really cheap, and if you don't mind holding on to it for a while, you could end up with a piece that's worth thousands. And definitely people who buy fine art, which Lois's score definitely qualifies as fine art. There's people that know that and will pay hundreds for an item that they potentially think, you know, over time could turn into that. So love art. And she sold this piece for $200. All right. And just to check in, you guys can hear me now, right? Just want to make sure I'm not talking to a black screen. Boy, this is different, huh? What to do? What to do? All right, let's get through the scores. So our prettiest item of the week comes from Joanne Rath. She bought this Austrian porcelain vase, and I'll tell you what she bought it for in just a second. It's item number 330899167621. And April's got that up on the screen. At least you can see that. Oh, look, I'm getting little things happening with the little Spreecast thingy. Oh, so interesting. Interesting. Let me try something real quick, you guys. Real quick. See if that toggles it to come back on. I know, this is crazy. All right. Anyway, so here's Joanne's Austrian porcelain vase. She sold it for $99.95. And she bought it for $10. $10. So how many of you are comfortable spending $10 on an item? Let's see, let's see. You are now. Good. Oh, good. I'm so glad to see that. Got some maybes. Maybes. So that's one of the things I'm really pushing my appsters to do, is to get more and more comfortable spending a little bit more money on quality pieces. Because let's face it, yes, you can find those $1 and $2 items that you can make money on. But if you get more comfortable spending a little bit more money and even going above that $10 mark, you know, up to the $20 mark, the $50 mark, you can turn $50 into hundreds of dollars, sometimes even thousands of dollars. It happens all the time. I promise you, it happens. I'm really trying to train myself into that. It's really hard to pass by those $1 and $2 items that'll sell for $20, $30, $40. I'm really getting pickier and getting up to spending, you know, $50 on an item I can turn for $500 or $1,000. They're fewer and far between, but there's lots of them out there. Lots of them. Ooh, Donna spent $90 the other day. What'd you spend it on, Donna? Maybe she'll tell us. Donna finds the greatest stuff. Donna, you should post your eBay store in the chat, because you find the most spectacular stuff. Oh yes, the Austrian vase. She took a chance. Now, I love this. I love this. I love this. Donna bought a vase. Now, Donna's an appster. Donna bought this vase just based on me just bragging about really nice art glass and paying more for those quality pieces. And she got this spectacular piece of what's called Austrian glass. And if you pull up just a search for Austrian glass, you're going to see examples of this. It's also known as feathered or pulled feathered. This is a really tough technique to use when blowing glass. And because of that, these pieces sell for much higher money. I suspect Donna is going to get $300, $400, maybe $500 for this piece of glass that she bought, that she spent $90 on. But look how much profit margin she has based in that. Oh, vase. It's a vase, David says, not a vase. A vase. Oh, art! I'm telling you guys, glass. A lot of people are so squeamish about glass. Glass will sell for crazy high prices because us glass collectors are crazy. I swear. We will go outside of our budgets to buy a piece of glass. I just bought some. I probably shouldn't have bought some the other day because it was on eBay and it was at auction, and I was afraid that if I didn't jump on it, somebody else would get it. But yeah, glass people are crazy. I'm telling you, I am one. I am a crazy glass person. And April will maybe if Donna, if you can get the link to that and put it in the chat, April will put it up on the screen for everybody. Yeah, so her store name is Tin Lizzie Treasures. And I'm going to just brag on Donna because Donna took a big leap. Donna's in Canada. And Donna actually has taken the plunge and done free shipping, even to the United States, where a lot of her business is. So I love what Donna's doing. And Donna has the greatest eye when it comes to picking up stuff, and she's not afraid now to spend money. And so really, really glad to have her in the Appsters. Yep, yep, yep. You guys are you singing, Stephen? Are you singing Oh Canada? All right. Nice, nice, nice job. So let's see. Where are we? Okay. Sandy Mathis. Sandy, are you with us tonight? Let's see if Sandy Mathis is with us tonight. Stephen, they said you're off key. Oh, there's Sandy. Hi, Sandy. All right, Sandy bought a box of needlework items at an auction for $25. And the box included 2 vintage applique kits and 3 more similar kits and some miscellaneous sewing items. And she listed them in the afternoon, and they sold at 2 a.m. the next morning, so really, really fast sale, to the same buyer for $104.99 each. Yay! She also says one of the kits she found on Terapeak 90 days and priced quite a bit higher. The other she just priced the same. Awesome. So she included free shipping. It was less than $10 in one regional rate box. Those item numbers, I'm going to give those to you, is 1609 9732 8166, 2009 1022 4696 are the 2 different items that she sold. And I love this. I love when something sells to the same buyer with free shipping, because if you're doing free shipping correctly, you are including the cost of the shipping into the item plus a cushion, because what you're adding that cushion in for is the added value of them not having to do the math. Trust me, guys, this works. I know all about how free shipping works, and as a buyer on eBay, when I am shopping, I will pay more for the seller that offers the free shipping. Oh, and Sandy says she just had an offer on one of the other kits. Yay! Yeah, free shipping, guys. Free shipping is an awesome, awesome tool, and it will make you money. And note, she said she priced this higher than what she found it on Terapeak. I'm telling you guys, there are buyers out there who do look for higher priced items because their perception is that the higher priced item is better than the lower priced item. I love it. Yeah, sorry, Betty. I am black screened right now, and I'm afraid that without restarting my computer, this is all that I can do. So we're getting through the scores since there's nothing for me to really show you. We're going to talk about the scores and then decide what to do. Okie dokie. I had a couple of scores. Oh, she paid $25 for the whole box full of the needlework items. Whole box full at an auction. And most auctions will do these box lots, you guys. Really pick through box lots. If you go to an auction, those box lots can be gold. One of my very, very first scores came out of a box lot. It was an amazing little piece of Moorcroft majolica, and you guys have probably heard me tell this story. It was a basket, and it had a repaired handle, so you could see where it had been cracked and re-glued. There was a bunch of other stuff in there, but I think I got the whole box for like $10. Everybody just saw a broken piece of porcelain in there. Lots of sellers who shop at these different places don't bother to really go through and look things up and all that. I suspect today's buyer would be a little bit more savvy, but still, for $10, I sold that one basket for $300. That was my first big woohoo score on eBay that I still remember to this day, and how excited I was over that. Box lots are awesome. Would I have used a poly bag or a box for that? For a needlecraft kit, I probably would have shipped it in a poly bag. Probably, yeah. But with those kind of profit margins, you know, you don't need to worry about nickels and dimes. And I'm sure the fact that it sold for over $100, putting it in a box gives it that extra protection, you know, to protect that item. Yep. So David likes boxes full of ephemera, and ephemera is paper goods like old advertisements and manuals and different things that are, you know, paper and disintegrate over time. I never really did get into ephemera. I know there's a huge market for it, but I don't know. I kind of find it a little boring, just like metal things. I mean, we all have our things that we're passionate about. Mine is glass. But if you have something like David, if you like ephemera, oh my gosh, yeah, go for it. There's huge money to be made. Whatever you guys really are passionate about, if you read my newsletter article this week, in the newsletter article, I wrote about how I was bored with what I was listing. And it made me really think that I don't need to list stuff that gets me bored. I can really concentrate on my niche, which is the antiques and the collectibles and the things that I really, really enjoy listing. So you guys, if there's something you really don't like to deal with, don't do it. Let some other seller deal with that. Stick to what you know and what you love and what you're passionate about, and you will make tons of money because that passion comes through in your listings. It really does. So a couple of my scores this week I wanted to share. So how many of you guys know that zebra stripes are hot, hot, hot right now? Really, really hot. Really hot. And I have two daughters that have made this painfully true for me. Zebra stripe stuff is really, really in right now. So if you see zebra stripe stuff out there, grab it, list it. I bought some shower curtains that were zebra stripe. I got these at Big Lots. I sent a bunch of them into Amazon FBA, sold them there, and I had some that I sold on eBay, and they're consistently selling for $29.95 a piece. And I have about a $5 investment in each one, but it was one listing to sell multiples. And the item number is 221198536683. And yeah, I'll take $30 when I only have $5 in it, and I have several of them to sell. This was my last one I just sold. I think I sold about 10 of them between Amazon and eBay because zebra, I'm telling you, zebra. So this was a little retail arbitrage that I did. So a bowl that I showed on the show a couple weeks ago that I picked up at auction, item number 221200484470. I just got this sold for $112. Oh yeah, I loved my feedback number this morning, 477777. I love that. Lucky sevens. I guess that means the sales are just going to pour in tonight, right? So Murano glass, you guys, you know I love Murano glass personally, but this is an example. I paid about $30 for the lot that I got this in, and there's other pieces that I also have listed. This one piece sold for $112. Those items sell, sell, sell. And if you guys want to go look at any more of my recent sales, you can just head on over to eBay, and April will put up the link that I gave her that shows my completed listings, and check it out. If you ever have any questions about anything that I sold, you want to know what I paid for it, where I got it, anything about it, feel free to send me an email, danni@thedanniapp.com. I am happy to answer those, or post over on the Facebook group and tag me. Love to do that too. Let's talk about another one of our great sponsors, and one that's really, really pertinent right now is Outright, outright.com. They do your numbers, guys. Easy peasy, do your numbers. It's a great place to start. You know, if you haven't kept track of your numbers as of yet, it will keep track of your expenses and your income, and you can connect savings accounts, checking accounts that you deal with your business with, and all kinds of things. Anything that has to do with your business, you attach it, they pull in the numbers, they keep track of it for you. Come tax time, now the free version won't do this, but the paid version will actually fill out your Schedule C and print out a form. All you have to do is attach that to your taxes. Oh, David says his tax accountant likes Outright. That's awesome. Yeah, because it pulls all the numbers right there as they happen. It's just working behind the scenes for you. You rarely have to go over and do anything. Outright is just working. So we love, love, love Outright. Oh, see, my mom says she got her Schedule C yesterday. Awesome. So I was going to show you guys some of my sailing finds, and no worries, I'm going to make a little video. That's what I'm going to do because I don't want to reboot my computer right now. So I will make an added video that I will post on my YouTube channel, and if April could just post the YouTube channel, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and it will let you know every time I post a new video, so you can go over and look if it's not something you've seen before. But I will post a video of what it is that I got recently at thrift stores and auctions. I've been listing shells today. I have a whole bunch of abalone shells going up, and you guys have heard me talk about abalone shells before. Abalone is becoming more and more scarce, and it won't be available at some point. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it is going to go away. So I think there are people that know that and are willing to pay good prices for abalone as such. So I have waited until I had about 10 pieces to list. And that's another one of those time is money things. So I listed all of these abalone shells. Now, the bigger the better. The bigger the better. So usually 8 to 10 inches are your real money pieces, and you can get $80 to $100 a piece for those. $80 to $100 a piece. And that is for what's called the California Pacific Red. And I wish I could show this right now on the screen, but I will make a video so you guys can see this and the differences. I'm going to make a video that's going to show you the differences in these abalone types, because I have both the California Red and I have the Atlantic Green. So the Atlantic Green does not sell as high as the red, but it still sells. But the California Red, the harvesters, you go down there and they get the abalone for the market of food consumption, are not allowed to sell the shells. Okay, so the shells are, I'm sure they have people that they give them to, but then those people that they give them to are the ones that sell them now on the open market. They don't have as much invested, they sell them, and then they get out there into the public. But oh yeah, you found one of my abalones. I haven't listed. I'm going to list these tonight. Actually, these are going to go up tonight. All these ones that I pictured and listed today. But abalone is one of those things that's becoming endangered. It's not quite endangered yet. It's very, very regulated as to how it can be harvested and to what numbers. So it's on the path to being endangered. So at some point, it's no longer going to be harvested. So we kind of have to keep an eye on that. But for now, you can make some crazy good money on abalone shells, and thrift stores sell them for under $5 a piece, usually around $2 to $3. Find them all the time. Yeah, you guys are saying abalone. You guys are funny. Funny, abalone. And they're not the only shells that sell. You know, all types of seashells are now very, very desirable to collectors. I know Dana, the other day when we went on a sourcing trip, she found some huge conch shells. You probably remember my Facebook profile pic where I had the conch shell up to my ear and my mom's ear, and Conch shells sell for, you know, upwards of $50, $80, $100. Oh, good. She's putting them up today. Hey, Dana, do me a favor, and when you get some of those up, put a link over on the Facebook group, and we'll spread the word, because those are gorgeous shells. Dana found about, what'd you get, about 4 or 5 of those? Yeah, for $200 shells. Yep. She got 3, and then, oh yeah, and then she had one other shell, which I knew the name of it today because I came across it in my researching the shells that I have, but she got another one that was really, really spectacularly beautiful. So today I listed not only the abalones, I got some what's called murex shells, which you'll, if you go over and look when I do the video, I'll show you what a murex shell is. Those sell really good. And a nautilus shell. I got a nautilus shell. I bought a tray lot at the auction that had all of these shells on it, and I spent, I think, $20, $25 on the entire lot. Just the nautilus shell is $100. One of the murex shells is $100, and then I paired up some of the other shells, and those are about another $200 combined. And then I had some, now these are interesting because they're spotted like leopard. So I call them leopard in the title as well as tiger. They're known as tiger cowrie shells. And they're the kind you find often that are carved as souvenirs. They're very, very easy to work with. I got 4 of those for $3, and I believe I put those up for somewhere around 70 or 80. I have to double check that. But those are really, really highly desired as well. I also got some more Murano glass, and this was a little lesson I wanted to give you guys tonight. I went into a Salvation Army, and they have these Sally's Boutique is what they call their little fancy section with their collectibles. I find so much great stuff in there, including some Murano glass pieces, and I kind of was making friends with the gal that was working there. She was in a good mood, and I looked at a piece, and I looked at it, and she had it priced at $18. It was a Murano fish, and I said, you know, it's got a little chip right here, and it's got a little, it has a little chip. And she goes, oh, I didn't know that. I said, can you do any better on the price? She brought it down to $10 for me. Sold. It'll still sell for about $80. She had a little Murano turtle priced at $6. That one I didn't negotiate because those do really well. And then there was 2 bowls, and they were the same, and they were priced at $25 a piece. And I actually, I had them in my hand, and I put them back down. And after she was willing to do some adjustments on the pricing of the fish, I went back over and asked her, if I buy both of these, can you do a little better on the price? And she put them down to $15 a piece. $15 a piece. I said, sold. They're summer so. They fade kind of from amber to red to blue. They're really pretty with these inverted thumbprints in them. So I got those. So there's really good items in thrift stores, you guys. As long as you can stay away from those kind of lower priced items that you know will sell, but that call to you from the shelf, I confess, I still have a little trouble doing that. But yeah, there's good stuff out there, guys. Good stuff. And I'm not going to talk much more about my thrifting because I can't show you anything. You can haggle. Yes, you can haggle. You know what? Here's my motto, guys. Here's my motto. What's the worst that can happen if you ask for a lower price? They can say no. That's it. That's all they can do. They can say no. They're not going to throw you out of the store. They're not going to yell at you. They're just going to say, no, sorry, can't do that. So, yeah, definitely haggle. Not just at Salvation Army, haggle. At whatever store you go to. You never know unless you try. Never know. Never know. Are those China Murano or Murano Italy? Well, Stephen, I'm glad you asked. If something is a quality piece, and you guys can tell that when you have it in your hand, if it's done well, don't be afraid to call it Murano. You don't have to say if it's China or Italy. I know that sounds a little deceptive. Take really good pictures, describe it well, let the customer decide. what it's worth to them. I have listed some of the newer quote-unquote Murano that's made in places other than Italy, and it still sells well because it was a nice piece and it was blown glass and put together nicely. So don't let that scare you. Don't let that scare you. There's lots out there. Real quick, you guys, stamps.com. I love stamps.com. I'm a user. You guys, I don't have a sponsor on this show that I don't 100% believe in and use myself. That's one of my givens. So if I'm talking about it, even though they're a sponsor, it's something I use and believe in. And stamps.com is one of those businesses. They do everything that you can do at the post office right from your PC. You can get a free to eBay sellers account, but I have the paid account, which I love. It's $15.99 a month. And I'm telling you, one time not going to the post office pays for that. Because, what do I always say? Time is money. So, love stamps.com. So there's some events and things coming up, you guys. I will be at many places this year, including the most recent coming up is the SCOE conference up in Seattle. Anybody going to SCOE? The SCOE conference. It's mostly about Amazon, but they are getting more into different channels, including, I think Kat's actually going to be there talking about eBay stores. I will be speaking on Amazon web stores, which is something that I am thoroughly checking out because Amazon is such a powerful tool as it is. So to have a store kind of based with that is really a cool thing. So I will be up there, and I'm going to be up there early and staying after the conference. I do this anywhere I go, you guys. There's opportunities to go shopping. So of course, if anybody's going to be up there, send me a little email, let me know. I'm going to be in San Francisco and the San Jose area the beginning of June. I don't have the exact dates yet. So if anybody is in the San Francisco, San Jose area, I believe the first week of June, let me know. Of course, we've got eBay Radio Party happening June 19th and 20th with a little extra day added on the 18th. That's going to be at Bally's here. And I will be doing sourcing trips before and after because, as you guys know, this is my hometown. I'm going to have some crazy fun days around that. So let me know if anybody is coming to those. Then we have Kansas Jubilee in October, where again I'll be speaking there, and the Seabay Cruise in February of 2014. And I know that sounds like a long time away, but they are taking reservations right now. So I think for just a $50 refundable reservation, you can get in on that. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Martha. There is going to be a Friends of the Danni app get-together during the eBay Radio Party. Stay tuned for details of that if you are coming to Las Vegas that week. Thank you. I totally left that off of my notes. Thank you, Martha. Martha's helping me put that together. There is no EOL this spring. For those of you who are waiting for an eBay on location, it ain't happening. No EOL. Probably not in the fall either. It's a very slim chance there'll be one in the fall, but as of now, it's a no-go. So you got to get to one of these other little events if you are going to get out and about and do the social networking thing. I will post, and I need to update this, and it will be updated this week, but April has posted the link to my site where you can see where I'm going to be. And yeah, eBay's cutting costs, I'm afraid. But we'll see. You know, there's lots of great events out there. Lots of great events and networking to be done. So no worries. And maybe it'll just get closer to where you are. Of course, there's always meetup groups. You want to get to your local meetup group. And this is really weird, you guys. I can't like wave to you or do anything. This is a really strange show, but I guess this made up my decision of that we are switching as of next week. I will definitely let you know in the newsletter and on the Facebook group where we're going to be. Stay tuned for that announcement. And with that, guys, go be profitable and make it fun. See you next week.